Hey everybody, it's John and Rachel. It's the YaJagoff Podcast. Last week we kind of pulled a fast one and made you listen to our Golden Quill episodes, but we're back live. So this is our Facebook Live behind the scenes. We're really excited because we are here, G's on Liberty. I've actually been here before. John has not. It's fantastic. I'm familiar with the owner because she has quite the history of different restaurants. So we're excited to chat with her on why this is a great location, why it's a great little brunch spot, all the good stuff. And we have quite the guests as well. We're excited for this. So if you don't know the behind the scenes, John, hit them with it.
This is what we do. We just go live and we start off with a song, and you'll see people passing in and back and forth. As a matter of fact, you'll see our musician as we call in our first guest cross right in front because we're nestled in the corner. The cool thing is that all this gets edited by Monica, and she puts it out as our podcast every Monday on the feed, Tuesday on YaJagoff.com.
Easy.
All right. So, Caitlin, you are our musician nestled in the corner next
Welcome!
to Plans and the digital the music board there, right? So,
Yeah, we have a little neon spotlight behind you. You didn't even know
Oh
it.
man, I'm all prepared.
We asked that just for you. So we're excited. We got to chat with you on the radio last night.
Yeah,
You're
it was
part
exciting.
of the Cause band, right?
I am.
Yeah. So you have a gig later tonight, but you're gracing us, and we're so excited. What are you going to play for us?
I'm gonna play. So this is an original. It's called Toxins. It's kind of like a jazz vibe.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite songs I've put out.
We
I
love
would
it.
say.
Nice.
And go ahead, in case they bail out early.
Oh, in case you bail out early, where do they find you online?
You can find me at Kate Denman on Instagram, Facebook, anything really. And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I know my mom likes using YouTube to listen to my
There you go.
songs. So,
But if you bail out early, we will hunt you down and we will find you. So don't bail out early. All right, Caitlin, ready?
All right.
Let's hear it. Toxins? All right.
Baby, come back to me. I feel so lonely. Baby just told me, don't you love me? Just come into my arms and see. Listen, I loved you once and I loved you twice. Maybe I should have just realized that I'm not the one you're looking for. You broke my heart right into two, but oh, you, the devil inside is keeping me alive, and oh, you're like toxins inside my soul. Who are you? Who are you to me? You're my sweetest revenge, you're my wrong made right. Or are you just poison that is to take over me? Why right now have you come into my world? 'Cause now I'll get lost and eventually drown. I loved you once and I loved you twice. Maybe I should have just realized that I'm not the one you're looking for. You broke my heart right into two, but oh, you, the devil inside is keeping me alive, and oh, you're like toxins inside my soul. I told you once and I told you twice. Why won't you realize that I loved you once and I loved you twice? Maybe I should have just realized that I'm not the one you're looking for. You broke my heart right into two, but oh, you, the devil inside is keeping me alive. And oh, you're like toxins inside my soul. Oh, baby.
Wow.
What?
Okay, good.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Go.
my God.
Wow.
Not putting you on the spot, Grenier, but I think she should be playing here a little more
Yeah.
often. There you go.
I'm on with that. Live music Friday nights.
There
You're
you
on.
go.
Yeah.
See?
You're on the schedule right now.
God.
Why not just
That
call
was
me?
There you go.
fantastic. One more time. Where does everybody find you and follow you?
All social media is Kate Denman on everything.
That's
So,
easy.
yeah.
Kate, we can't wait to talk with you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right,
You
so
can feel free to sit down.
This is how we start the podcast every week, is that we have a little music, and then we say, we are live, or let's see, no, we're going to do Honda, right?
Yep.
Okay. Get the best experience of customer service and maintenance of your Rourke Advantage at the Service Center on West Liberty Avenue.
Visit RourkeHonda.com for all of your vehicle needs and check out our blog posts, which usually are about John Chamberlain complaining about road rage and bad parkers.
By the way, don't send your loved one to the West, what is it? Liberty Avenue. It's West Liberty Avenue
Yeah.
because Rachel did that for her dad.
I did. I mean, you could go to both, but I do love the West
Right.
Liberty Avenue one. Yikes.
So now we
Sorry.
start this week's YaJagoff Podcast from G's on Liberty. All right, so that's where you hear all these people say YaJagoff, YaJagoff, YaJagoff. And we say this is John and Rachel. If you're listening to the podcast for the very first time, we appreciate that you would subscribe to it, download it every week, because there's always cool stuff about Pittsburgh going on.
Always. Talk about your blog posts. I think you wrote them all this
We
week.
went through all of the blog posts here, you know, on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Sometimes there's a video on Thursdays. We talk about people that are embarrassing the rest of us Pittsburghers. And the first one is just the whole lantern fly thing. Like, here's the deal. They are everywhere now. It's all over the news. I don't think other people are doing their part. That's the bottom line. Is I've stepped on 10 or 12, maybe 15 in a day.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, you can actually drive down a street like this street here and see people you think, are they dancing? No, they're stamping on lantern flies.
It's a
Bottom
thing.
line is there needs to be an incentive to get everybody involved. I think they should
You
give away
had it perfectly positioned.
gas
though.
points, Giant
Everybody
Eagle
was
fuel
talking
perks.
about it that day,
Right.
and you already had the blog post up, so I'm impressed.
Burger King in Elwood City unfortunately
Hysterical.
posted a sign that they were hiring closers, but the C fell off, so for a whole day it said they were hiring losers. So
It was so
so
funny.
it's kind of funny. We
Tell
didn't
them
call
where you
anybody
found
out
out.
as a
Yeah.
jagoff. We didn't really call anybody out. We
No.
just said this is the funny part of our blog. But we found out by watching John Shumway that morning. We had another blog ready to go live, and John Shumway started laughing out loud, LOLing on the news, and when he showed this picture, so we had to switch up the blog that day. Then we had a Uniontown Ninja. He actually calls himself the Uniontown Ninja. He wanted a sandwich. He didn't get the sandwich, so he pushed the 15-year-old up against the wall and beat him up. And
Famous
said,
question. Who does that? Go
Right,
ahead.
that's right. And then, the Steelers had a 3-0 opening preseason. So there are so many Yinzers right now that go, we're going to the Super Bowl. Block off that date. Caitlin, don't get married. Maria, don't get engaged. Don't have the shower that day because we're going to the Super Bowl.
There you go.
So
I can
it's
hear
feast
here
or
we
family
go.
with the Yinzers, as we
Yep.
know. So settle down.
Well done.
Let's just enjoy
I just
the-
slept in every
the
day this
season.
week, and John wrote all the blog posts. There you go.
All right. You can listen to us on Q92.9 every Monday through Friday, 7 to 10. And we have YaJagoff on Q. It's a little different because we have to learn to shut up over there. Unlike the podcast. All right.
There you
We
go.
good?
I'm good. Tell me who's to your left, because she's quite the hostess, I believe.
It is the owner of G's on Liberty and Grenier. Do I have that right?
Grania.
Grenier.
This
Yeah.
is how we know this.
We were going Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye Grenier.
No,
Yeah.
this is how we know this, is that the Screaming Orphans who come to the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Irish Festival every year, there's Grania from the Screaming Orphans, so we
Yeah.
kind of know
They're
that
fabulous
name.
band.
Aren't they fantastic?
Absolutely.
They're rockers.
Yeah.
We knew we'd
they're
love
good.
you quickly. You have all the same interests as us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Espresso
yeah.
martinis, I see.
And you have a really cool Irish brogue.
Yeah, well, what's left of it. Yeah. My staff will tell you, get her good and mad. You can hear it real fine.
Is that right? All right. So tell us about G's on Liberty. In Pittsburgh, we always talk about what used to be's, and this used to be Alexander's.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It was a fabulous restaurant. Alexander and his wife Suzanne are lovely people, good friends of mine who have done nothing but support me since we opened. So thanks to those guys. but it, they'd had it for many years, so it just needed a little upgrade. So in my world, there's no little; it's large. So we basically just took it down to the bones and rebuilt the whole place. The bar, we ripped the old bar out, put a new bar in, as you can see behind you. New dining room. A lot of work in the kitchen, and we also have a lower level dining room, seats up to 60, 70 people. That we do monthly wine tastings here, so we host that kind of things there. So private parties, all that kind of thing.
It's beautiful. And I have to say, John and I were here one time when it was Alexander's. I'll lean in while John drinks his wine. And it was
How's he get one?
I don't
I'm wine
know.
tasting.
I don't know. That's good. I'm glad. I hope John's having a good Saturday. And so I remember what it looked like. And, again, phenomenal food before, but I love the upgrade. It looks beautiful. Now, I have a question. I don't know if it's a dumb question. No dumb questions, right?
No such thing.
I remember Tracy taking us to your Blue North, right?
Yes.
And that was in a different location.
Yes, it was north of here.
Is it the color? Like, is this your thing? Because there's hues of blues here. Is there a reason for it?
Well, no, I actually, it was very coincidental when I used to own a restaurant called the Mighty Oak Barrel in Oakmont for 15 years and sold that, and that space became available. It was formerly known as Blue.
Yes.
I turned into Blue North, and, I'm from Northern Ireland. I like stars and all that. It seemed like there was some pull to that area. And I just liked the color blue. It was nothing, it was quite a coincidence. So I'm like, why not? So I had all of the FF&E, furniture, fixtures, equipment were all from there. And we refurbished a lot of it. We built the bar. If you can't see, obviously, but the bar top here is. I wanted to look like concrete. And the gentleman who did the bar top, he said, "What colors do you want?" I said, "Like sort of blues and grays." And I said, "Like Pittsburgh on a partly sunny day."
Yeah, there you go. Right.
I swear to God, and that's what he did.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Pittsburgh is right on the bar top. So hopefully, when I'm long gone, they'll still enjoy the Pittsburgh partly sunny day here behind me.
I love it. What a good idea.
Yeah.
You certainly have your finger on the pulse of what Pittsburgh needs from a hospitality industry.
Yeah, we try. I've been here for many years. I love Pittsburgh. It's a big, small town, small, big town. And, I like to get out in the country. It's like, 20 miles in any direction. You're in the country-ish, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like to, play golf and go hiking, go walking around North Park or on the shore biking. It's just so conducive to everything. Everybody's so friendly. I mean, if you're not, there's something wrong with you.
We looked at an article for Next Pittsburgh, and it said you have the gift of gab, and that's sort of what pulls you to this industry, because we've had so many other restaurant owners, and you really have to have a unique personality to love this business. And when you love it, you love it.
Yeah. It's in your bones. It's in your DNA. I was raised in Northern Ireland, is where I was born and raised, and born, bred, and buttered, as my mother would say. So we grew up in the neighborhood pub, little restaurant, and it was one of those kids that you went to school, you come home, you hung your uniform up, you got a snack, you did your homework, and then you went to work, like work. Like my job was sorting the bottles and all that. So so it was sort of instilled in you, the discipline. And there's 4 kids in my family. I'm the youngest of 4. My mother said, "None of you ever go into the hospitality business." And 3 of us are in it, and the 4th one's married to one that's in it. So.
Wow. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And what did bring you to Pittsburgh from there?
Yeah, I have a lot of family connections here. My
Okay.
mother's 2 sisters moved to the East Coast when they were very young. They came over to visit Great Aunt Bridget in Boston, and back then everybody had Great Aunt Bridget in Boston.
Yeah.
So then they gravitated towards this area and set some roots down. And 2 of my cousins are a little older than me. They live in Chicago now. 2 boys there came over in soccer scholarships, and I'm like, this is it. This is it. I know this is. I completely feel comfortable here.
Oh, that's great.
It's sort of like an extension of Ireland, like geographically.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've never been to Ireland. So
Well,
I
it
don't
rains
know.
a good bit there. That's why it's so green.
Yeah.
And it rains a good bit here. Hello.
Yes.
So, but I'm okay with that. I always say people who walk in the rain, you always get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
The type of food we're getting here at G's on Liberty is...
Seasonal American. It's a very loose phrase, but we all came from somewhere. So when you say American, a lot of people think, oh, it's burgers and ribs and stuff. No, we have a great burger here. We grind our own meat, and we have fun. We make our own buns. We're a scratch kitchen. But we really enjoy, particularly with the market, we've made friends with a lot of the farmers here. So we incorporate whatever produce is in season into all of the dishes. So in the
Smart.
summertime, of course, there's lots of grilling and lots of relishes and salsas and vinaigrettes and things like that. And then in the fall and the winter, more braising and squashes and leeks and stuff like that. We're actually working on the fall menu now. It's almost done. So I don't know. I always say, well, if we're tired serving it, they must be tired eating it. So let's flip it up a bit.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good point.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
What do you like about this area, having come from Blue North as the last location?
That's
As you wave to people,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, no, that's my farmer's son. His name is Cedar.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Well,
that's the
and
other
you
one.
mentioned how great that farmers market,
Yeah.
Bloomfield Farmers Market, is one of the best.
It's
around.
fabulous, yeah,
Or
yeah.
not Bloomfield, but Liberty. People go constantly.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they're
lovely.
lined up early.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we decided we don't open for lunch typically. We're just open Tuesday, we're open Tuesday through Saturday evening. It's 4. And then on Saturday, there was such a parade of people. Like, well, let's maximize on that and, let
Yeah.
them take a peek at what we're capable of doing. So
Sure.
it's a minimum menu. It's a little brunchy thing. But as regards to your comment on the area, the east side, I don't know. I've always, since I lived and worked in Oakmont for so many years, I sort of gravitated towards the east side of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I have a lot of friends, and I mean, what's not to like about the east side of Pittsburgh?
You
Great.
went opposite. Everybody goes from the city to the north to the east to the
No.
You went opposite. You drew into the city.
Oh yeah, I love the city. Maybe not downtown proper. I don't feel as comfortable there. I like the ethnic part. I like this as a neighborhood.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like I grew up in a small village, and to me these are villages. Lawrenceville is a village. Point Breeze, Shady Side, Squirrely Hill.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
but they're all sort of here. So
Yeah.
I just feel comfortable in this part of town.
sure.
Personally, I feel comfortable. Professionally, I certainly do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You are a pleasure. You're like a gift
Oh,
to
shush.
have. This is great to finally get to talk to you. I've seen you. Tracy and Chrissy have taken me to your other restaurants, but
Yeah,
coming
thank
in
you.
here, and I did get to experience the downstairs, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Her 50th birthday party. You can have little events down there, correct?
Yes, we have. We do monthly wine tastings here. It's on a Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the exact same thing each night. We run it on a 4-week cycle, so those are very popular. They pretty much sell out all the time. I have a gin tasting coming up on Tuesday night, also sold out.
What?
I have a lady who has like a small business dinner, 20 people on Wednesday night. It's a private room, and it's fine, but people are like, oh, do you have to like pay a room rental? I'm like, why would I do that?
Right.
Why would I
Exactly.
do that? In this
Yeah.
day and age, we're post-pandemic.
Right.
We're still
Understood,
dusting off our
yeah.
heels.
That's
Come on
great.
in, have fun, enjoy our space. Yes, it's private, so.
And
Yeah.
it's out. There's outside space as well as we're starting to wind down the summer. If you want to come into and just kind of sit outside on a Saturday afternoon, as we're looking out the window
Right.
at people doing it, it's pretty cool.
And I thought Tracy Koslow was your PR person, but she failed to tell me that there was brunch here. So I'm always looking for a brunch. We're going to need to come here.
Yeah,
Maybe
we-
there's a Christmas brunch coming our way, guys.
Yeah.
We love to get ready for the holiday and have reasons to celebrate. So there you go.
Absolutely, yeah. We just do the brunch on Saturday again.
Okay.
Just not to beat a dead horse, but there's a staffing issue still in our industry.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Sure. We
So we
understand.
figured we're here anyway on Saturday mornings,
Yeah.
prepping early.
Yeah.
Our little elves are in the back doing
I
their
think
thing.
you should
speaking
have
of
us do
Christmas.
the work. You just tell us what to do, and we'll show up
Yeah.
and have brunch.
How are you with very
How
sharp
did she get
knives?
us?
I'm good,
How
I
did she get
promise.
us? I'm looking at Monica and Tracy. How did she get us? I'll do the eating. I know that. So, yeah. Well, this is so much. Where does everybody find you online? We appreciate you having here. What's the website to find out how you guys are doing?
Info at gsonliberty.com. Info
Okay.
at gsonliberty.com.
Got it,
So,
got it.
Good.
All right, cool.
John.
We appreciate having you here. Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
we love being here, but we have a question of the day. So, John, which one did you like? Did
You do
read
it.
them? No, read them
Yeah,
over.
I do. I like the last one.
You like the
Yeah,
last one?
I do like the last one.
Okay, I have a misspell. Item on any menu. Now, clearly, we're going to talk about yours, but item on any menu that you simply can't pass up. Like, if I see blank on a menu, I'm snagging it. What's your go-to? I'll tell you mine to let you think. Calamari. I always like to try calamari from different places. Unless I'm at like a dive bar, I'm not going to have
Yeah.
calamari.
Oh boy! All right, so I have had zero time to think about this. So
Right.
I'm flashing
I gave
back.
you another 6 seconds.
No,
for
I'm
mine.
flashing back
The other
to.
guests are over there in the soundproof booth. They haven't heard the
Yeah.
question.
Do we have a green room here?
Yes.
Yes, not blue. It's blue.
No, I flash back to things that are, lots of restaurants are really good, and there's some where you have memorable experience, whether it was where you were, you had a memorable, like for instance, when I'm in Italy, I think the cheap wine tastes fabulous, and I think it's because of my disposition. I'm there; it's no better
Right.
than the stuff we have here.
Sure.
So I'm flashing back to English split pea soup.
Oh,
Who says that? That's such a good
Wow.
answer. Wow.
Well, I love peas.
okay.
Like we
Okay.
grew up in the backyard, we went like this. And ate them, and
Can
so-
I tell you my story about split pea soup?
I'm not sure.
So
going
my Catholic church was involved in a festival of
I know
ethnic
this story.
festivals, and we were the Irish church. And every year, we, as altar boys and helpers, 8th grade, we had to transport split pea soup back and forth to the festival Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
And it spilled all over me every day.
Oh, dear.
And I gagged on it every day.
Oh.
I gagged.
there you go.
So not your favorite thing.
Not my favorite. Not my
Well,
favorite.
we put mint
But
in,
we can
yeah.
hang out.
I like it with mint.
We can
Yeah.
still be friends on Facebook.
Yeah, we got aprons for that kind of.
It is
Grania,
such a
thank you
pleasure
so
to have
much.
you. Thank you
We
so much for
appreciate
hosting
you.
Our
us.
pleasure.
You're
Thank you.
fantastic.
It's lovely to have you here. Thank
All right,
you,
there's
guys.
a little bit of music from Caitlin, and next is Kyle.
Kyle's up.
All right, cool.
That was great. Thank you so much. I'm
much.
gonna grab my. Oh wow.
What do we got here?
Oh wow.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Kyle, come on up.
Come on up,
Here,
Kyle.
you take this because I have an espresso martini.
I'm not a big Bloody Mary guy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that one down.
All right.
Remember when we liked Kyle? He was helpful, helping us move in, and then it all changed. All right. Do you want a sip of my espresso martini?
I'm good, thank you.
Ooh, this is so good.
All right. So we're back live. Sorry. Just had to get a little refreshment or two. So as you saw, we're with Kyle. And on the edit, you will hear music going right into It's John and Rachel. We're back with Kyle at Cheese on Liberty. And so, Kyle, welcome to Cheese on Liberty. Have you ever been here before?
I have been here a few times. Very good.
When it was
so.
Alexander's?
I
or
was here
even-
once during Alexander's,
Okay.
and I've been here a few times as it's Cheese on Liberty.
Okay.
So.
The cool thing is when I looked at Tracy's notes, I'm trying to see if I copied that into here. And when I looked at Tracy's notes, it said Kyle and your last name, and it said KTK7895. I'm like, why is she giving us his license plate number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no.
It's not.
but it
Was he a
is
jagoff?
not.
Did we write him up as a jagoff?
Right. I'm like, oh God, he caught us. So, anyways, welcome to the podcast. We appreciate you
thank
coming.
you for having me.
Yeah.
You guys have interviewed some of my friends over the years, and now
and you
I'm
felt
on
left
it.
out.
So
You're like, oh,
yeah,
sons
now
of
I'm
bees.
on it.
And
Yeah.
they
Okay.
didn't mention you,
Yeah.
those damn people.
No,
Right,
no.
So don't mention them.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes, for God's sakes. Now the crazy thing
Nacho
is
girls.
That,
Ah,
the
hey,
next
girls.
guest is Jared from Visit Pittsburgh, and I noticed in looking when we were putting the show notes together, you've had some pictures on the Visit Pittsburgh.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
They've always supported me, and I'm thankful for them. I think Visit Pittsburgh is a great organization in the city of Pittsburgh, always putting on fun things. So whenever a organization like that shares one of my photos, it's always just kind of like,
Yeah.
me, really, and
Yeah.
you just kind of go with it. So.
Yeah. Now,
Is it by?
Go ahead.
Can I ask real quick? I was just sipping on my espresso. It's
I
really
was
good.
trying to cover for you.
Is it by accident, or are you sort of that person who's like, I want to get this shot? Because that's a good question in the sense that there's photographers who are intentional and some who are like, let's see what I can get, right?
So I started taking photos back in 2017, and the reason why I did it was a New Year's resolution, actually. I wanted to take better pictures, which
Oh,
at the end of the
wow.
day was to get outside and do more. And I figured the whole idea behind it was, yeah, picture taking is easy, but you have to go out and do it, and that's half the battle.
Sure.
So I would say 99% of the time it's totally accidental.
Okay.
I mean, I've taken photos after concerts before, and I'm kind of intoxicated or something, or I'm going out there and I'm doing it on purpose. You know, like on a Tuesday. Like I posted a photo the other day. I was walking from the Ed Sheeran concert at Heinz Field back to the Strip District with some people, and I had a couple adult beverages, and then I'm taking a photo and I post it, and the next day you have 300, 400 likes on it. You go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you
Yeah.
know, it was by accident.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you borrow mine of Ed Sheeran that I got really good of him delivering me a pizza?
No, I
No,
did
I'll
not.
let
I didn't
you
see.
use it.
I'll see
Everybody
that.
stole
Yeah,
Rachel's
yeah.
video. She's not good for videos or pictures
Ever.
at all, but
Yeah.
this one, everybody stole it from
Yeah,
her.
and I think the other thing that's fun is I can take a picture at any time because I don't own a camera. Everything's done with my,
Sure.
if I can get it out, my cell phone.
Photographers
And
be
it-
damned.
and it kind of shows that, yeah, anybody can take a photo. You just got to go out and do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's half the fun of photography is just getting out and doing it. So.
Fair enough. Now, is there something in particular that you like to video or you like to get pictures of, like now that you've sort of trained yourself to do so?
I really like sporting events.
Okay.
I am a Yinzer at heart,
Okay.
and grew up here in the city of Pittsburgh. So, I mean, this summer I've gone to maybe 20 baseball games.
wow.
So I love PNC Park. I love Heinz Field. And I think it's just kind of one of those things where it's a bunch of people who are cheering for the same thing, and it's all in one photo. I've always kind
Yeah.
of enjoyed
That's
that.
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I also like stumbling upon nature. You know, you might be riding around on my longboard through the city and on the North Shore Trail, and I go, oh, there's a duck. And
out of nowhere,
yeah, there's a duck. And then I
Yeah.
try to figure out how to take a cool photo with the city in the background, but the duck be the focus.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
I think those are kind of my favorite
The only
things
problem with
to
that is
capture.
you find one duck and then there's 606 behind them that you didn't know existed,
yeah.
and then you can't walk.
I've learned that I have a lot of photos with geese in it, and they're scary.
Oh,
those
scary.
things are
Yeah,
scary. yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other day I was taking photos and I stumbled across a mean goose. I mean, this thing was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a scary
Yeah,
thing.
they're
No, I
scary,
get you.
yeah.
That's so funny.
That's so funny. By the way, they just brought over our appetizers and perfectly timed while you're on the podcast. Everybody's
Yeah,
eating
they look
and you're not
good.
getting anything.
Yeah, well,
So
I'll snack something here in a few.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So my question for you is photographing Pittsburgh, is it easy because it's so gorgeous, in my opinion, gorgeous as the inns are, or is it hard because everybody takes the same picture, so you're trying to find, I mean, everybody
Good
knows
question.
a picture from Mount Washington
Yeah.
is golden
Yeah.
like anybody, but you want to make it different.
That's right. You do want to make it different. So I think there's a couple answers to this question.
No, there has to be one.
Oh, Rachel's
Kyle.
going to hit you with a
Pitt-
baseball
not-
bat.
Pittsburgh is a absolutely beautiful city.
Sure.
Like I was just in a city in Ohio for work. Let's just say it was
Ohio.
boring. Yeah, it was boring. and you know, it's flat. There's no character to it. And you know, growing up in the city of Pittsburgh, it is just inherently beautiful. And you got the neighborhoods, the people, the places, the hills, the rivers. So I think it's a very easy city to take photos of, but what makes it fun is it's never the same. The weather's
That's a good
constantly
point.
changing.
Yeah.
So if a million people take a photo from the exact same spot, guess what? It's not the same photo.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
different,
yeah.
really.
Sure.
Yeah, I probably have 200 photos from Grandview Avenue. Guess what? Each one's different.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the beauty of photography, is because you could go to the same place every single day.
Yep.
But it's different.
This
Yeah,
might
that's a
be
good
a
point.
weird question to ask, but I don't know how far back you can go. But when you decided I'm going to take pictures of Pittsburgh, what was the first place you went? Was it Mount Washington, you know, to take that iconic picture? Or you don't know even when the first one was?
I would really have to go back and look, to be
that
honest
right?
with you.
Yeah.
I really don't know. But, I mean, over the years, I think my favorite places to go now are like Point State Park, the Fountain. I love the North Shore Trail and all the sister bridges.
Same, yeah.
Depends
on the mood, right?
Yeah, it really depends on the mood and where I'm at, too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Is there I don't want this to sound so like dun dun dun, but is there a pressure to this now, because it started out where you were sort of challenging yourself to do something better, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to do this. And now because it's gone well and you see that people like it and they expect it, is there a little bit of a social media pressure that you feel like I got to keep this up?
So I've always said this. I think social media can be terrible at
Oh,
the
for
end
sure.
of the day.
Yeah.
But there is a pressure to it. I mean, I post a photo Monday through Thursday, and sometimes it is a little bit tedious, and you kind of go, oh, like, I don't really have any cool photos I want. And you have to go through the Rolodex, and you scratch your head, and you go, I don't know what I'm going to post today. So, yeah, I guess there is a pressure to it. But at the end of the day, I want my photos to maybe put a smile on someone's
Right.
face, or let them go, oh, like, you know, it's a beautiful city. Wow,
Yeah.
look at that. How did
Yeah.
he get that photo?
Yeah.
So I think the burdens of it are always worth it.
Sure.
So.
That's a good
And
yeah,
the
good
high-
answer.
The high comes from someone like Visit Pittsburgh picking up a picture. The high
Yeah,
comes from
it won't-
getting 1,000 likes, you know, that kind of thing.
Sometimes it's fun, like you're out and about at dinner or something, and there are very few pictures of myself on my Instagram.
Sure.
But there have been times where a friend gets married and I post a photo from the weekend with my friends. And I've had people walk up and be like, I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And whenever that first started, I was like, that's kind of weird. And then now it's like, oh, thanks. Like, really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's cool to see that side of the
Yeah.
social media now.
And did you
so.
notice John sort of looked over at Jared to see, he's like, Visit Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Jared's right there in the
Yeah.
background.
Oh, that's funny. No, Kyle, kudos to you, because, you know, I think that some people, I love your story in the sense that some people just think, oh, this iPhone, it's made me, you know, this superstar. You're kind of challenging yourself to say, I want to get better each time.
Yeah, get better each time. I mean,
yeah.
everyone has a $1,000 camera in their pocket.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
right? Who would've
yeah,
thought?
which is crazy. I
Yeah.
do need to go get a new iPhone. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking of that purchase recently.
Yeah. Oh,
but-
don't worry. They're listening now,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
gonna like crash your
yeah.
phone because you need to do it like an upgrade,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So for people who don't follow, where can everybody find out more about you and follow you on Instagram?
They can follow me at KTK7895. Very simple, easy to find. Usually, if you type in KT, I'm like the first one that pops up. So which
Okay.
is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah, KTK7895.
Now,
I love
do you use a specific hashtag for your pictures or no?
I usually there's anything from Pittsburgh or anything that I tag in
Okay.
it. So yeah, not really.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm
cool.
smart. If you type in YA, YaJagoff's coming up. So when we split, I'm Ya, he's Jagoff. We're set. So you can keep following Ya.
Yeah. There you go.
No, I'm kidding. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us. Ask the
Yeah.
question because he learned.
I've
He listened.
been thinking about
He
this,
listened
to be
in the
honest.
non-soundproof
Yeah.
booth.
Right.
I
Well, the question, in case anybody missed
Sorry.
it, speeded through the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't do that. But if you're Kyle's friends, you probably did do that. You went to 23:27 when Kyle talked. Anyways, the question of the day is, what is the one thing you cannot pass up on a food menu?
Any
in a
menu,
restaurant?
yeah.
On a food menu, okay, it's either
said
going
it
to
well.
be chicken wings if they have a bunch of sauces listed, because
That's a
if
good
they have a
one.
bunch of sauces listed, that means that they take pride in their wings.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
If there's like
that's a good
2 or
point.
3 like wing sauces, you're like, oh, it's just an appetizer, and you kind of blow by it. The other thing that I could eat a million of them. Mussels. I love
Really?
mussels. Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Wow.
Yeah, mussels.
Nah, right. Never.
Yeah,
That's what.
mussels.
Well,
Oh,
we'll have to
that's a good
put you
one,
on
yeah.
a wing track with the Rennebeck boys because
Oh my
they
God.
are they're
Yeah.
I
wings
can't afford it.
specialists.
I'll send them with you.
So
I'll,
we'll have
I'll
to
be
s-
happy to go. That's one thing that I don't care about spending money on. It's food. I
Yeah.
should be morbidly
Yeah.
obese,
All
but
right.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
I know.
Now we hate
Well,
you.
listen, I will tell you this: the Wing Stop is like this new. I
Yeah,
guess it's a
yeah. I've had
franchise,
them.
and
They're not bad.
They're not bad. Yeah, my family's been pretty happy with
He
it.
got a not bad.
There's 2 near us.
He gave
Well, my
him a
husband
not
said the
bad.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
there you go. Wingstop shout out.
But that's a big conglomerate. I like
For
the
sure.
I like the
You
little
like the
mom.
100%.
Yeah,
the dive bar kind of
yeah.
wings,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We just
All
tried
right.
it because it's new. Look at Kyle calling me out on my
Well,
local.
Kyle, so
Yeah.
wait, Kyle, extra question. Extra bonus question. Where are we going for wings? Who you shouting out?
Oh man, there's a few really good
BSB?
ones.
All right.
So BSB has good wings, but that's more of a takeout place. If I'm
Yeah.
sitting down, it's
Yeah.
going to
Okay,
be William
fair.
Penn Tavern down in Lawrenceville,
Oh, yeah.
or Sidelines in Millville.
Get out.
Oh.
We know that. Yeah. How
Yeah,
about
the
that?
Sidelines
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Millville, they have this blackberry barbecue sauce.
What? I did not know. Get out.
All
We have to
right.
go there.
It's
Well,
very good. And then
Johnny, Monica, pick
Yeah.
up the kids. We're going.
Johnny's
yeah,
like,
down
nope.
in Lawrenceville, William Penn Tavern, there, that honey buffalo sauce is pretty
Okay,
fire
Fair
too.
enough.
So
Look at
All
us
right.
finding
Yeah.
out all our sauces
All
from
right.
Kyle.
New website is going to be KT7895 Wings. Yeah.
We love it. Kyle, thanks for joining us.
sounds good. Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
Appreciate it.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, a little music from Caitlin.
music from
and
Caitlin.
now Jared from Visit Pittsburgh.
That's
Jared has no
Jared.
idea what we have planned for him in the near future. I hope you stay up late, Jared, because we're going to need you to stay up like really late till like 11:30 at night when you're on
We're
our
giving you
podcast.
little-
Just
yeah, we're giving you little
we're giving you a
tips.
little teaser.
Little teasers.
Okay.
Oh, Tracy's
But-
here with an excuse me.
Oh,
Jared is fit. He will not eat anything. He won't. I ordered an espresso martini. He doesn't want it. Oh wow.
That looks amazing.
That looks amazing.
Just tuck right in, yeah.
There you go. So listen, while they
get
can
something later.
eat,
Yeah, yeah. I'll
they
get something
I
later.
want to
Thank
point
you.
out Jared is a
Thank you.
quarterly
Thank you.
guest because he has such good things to say. We love
looks
Visit
amazing.
Pittsburgh. We love the relationship with Visit Pittsburgh. They do great things for our city. They're always amplifying different locations and events happening. So we love to check in with Jared to find out what exactly we need to know about coming up. So there's your intro, Jared. See, you're only one of 5 regular guests, and it's a hard act to follow with the ones we have, but you're one of them, and we love having you.
Well, it's very kind, and I didn't realize I was one of such a small group.
Yeah.
I'm humbled, I'm honored.
Oh,
and
please.
We're thrilled to be here.
We
for
love
sure.
you. Yeah.
Thanks for reading the script well.
Listen, and before we get into any kind of questioning, I don't know if you're aware because of the staff change in your place, but you know, we're talking to Jared regularly, the other Jared.
Jared Bundy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's come on the 412 To-Dos for us on the radio a couple
Yeah.
times. And this second time, it was great. He goes, now I feel better. He said, I know exactly what I need to say. I got my timing down. And it's been great. We talked about Taco Fest happening happening this weekend.
Oh, right.
And Bike Pittsburgh. Did we talk about that with him? And then the zoo, the lantern.
Oh,
lights.
great,
Yeah.
great.
So there you go.
He's
does a good
amazing.
job.
He does
Yeah,
a
he does a great
phenomenal job. He has, and we have an amazing digital team, but he creates so much unique content for our social media channels. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
We're also going back and forth whether he's Jared number 2, little Jared, young Jared.
Okay.
So we're
LJ,
we're still
LJ.
working on. We have the same initials as well, so we couldn't even do that. So
Well, and what's funny is when we got the email of who was coming on, we were like, "Is it our Jared? Like, oh, we claim you. Is it
Well, I
our
like
Jared?"
He's a great guy.
The initials are the same, JB, and so
Yeah.
anybody in your office could go say JB told
Sign
you
off on it,
JB
right?
told you to go to lunch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
JB told you to go home, and it could have been Jared Bundy, but they just, oh my God, JB. So do you have to be named Jared to be considered for a job there now?
It seems to be.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
going that way. We also have quite a few Emilys. We have quite a few Andreas. I don't know why,
Okay.
but we,
All
right.
there's
All
a
right.
few names that are really quite special to
Luckily,
us.
your name is John Jared.
So tell us what is happening Visit Pittsburgh. I think the first question really is more of, wow, what a summer.
What a
like
been
I almost
incredible.
want to put a swearing adjective in there, like,
Yeah.
wow, what a summer with
Yeah.
the senior games and
Yeah.
everything going on. It was crazy.
It was. Pittsburgh has always been, outside of the COVID years, has always been one of those cities where you will find something to do, no matter what your interests are, every single weekend, really around the year, but certainly starting in April, May, all the way through October. There is something going on all the time. And if you're bored in Pittsburgh, then you're not looking.
Something's not right. I
Yeah.
agree. Because, Jared, as we've talked, you've sort of been back and forth to Pittsburgh. We're glad you're here to stay now. But Pittsburgh went through a phase where there wasn't much to do, right? And people like you have completely changed that. There's literally not an excuse at this point because we're finding ourselves even on the radio saying, there's so much, I don't know how we'll get through it.
Yeah, well, it's everybody in the community. When you
Sure.
think about all of the things that are going on around the southwestern Pennsylvania region, it is all of these small event organizers, these festival organizers, people that are working at Acrisure, PNC Park, and at PPG Paints Arena to bring concerts in. Large-scale sporting events and conventions, the space that we work in, a lot of the different things that are going on, it is truly remarkable. Yeah. And when you think about even just the calendar of events this year, you mentioned the Senior Games, which was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
We had over 11,000 senior athletes in Pittsburgh for about 12 days competing in 22 different sporting events. Huge success, about a $30 million economic impact.
Wow, that gave me chills.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. And when you see some of these senior athletes, some of these people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, by the way, senior is 50 and over for the senior game. So it's even a lot of young people, in my opinion.
Not there yet.
Because I was one of those athletes this year, so I'm definitely going to hang on to that. But 70s, 80s, and 90s who are still competing at at the top of their game for their age bracket. It's really impressive.
That's what I was going to say, is the fact that they are still competing is amazing, but the
Yeah.
fact that our city hosted it, even more.
Yeah.
I remember you started talking about that a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
We actually had the cornhole champion on.
Oh,
And so it
nice.
was great to talk to him because he said so many kudos to the city because it was flawless. He said it was just great competing.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But the whole season, the whole summer, kicking off with concerts. Luke Holmes, of course, was here back, I think it was in April when we kicked off our concert series. You go through quite a few others. Pink was here, Guns N' Roses. There's something for everyone.
Swifties.
The Swifties.
You said
we
it. Yeah.
worked with Acrisure Stadium to do an economic analysis for the Taylor Swift weekend.
Yeah.
$46 million spent in the local economy just for those two concerts. And when we looked, we got the zip code data for ticket sales from Acrisure. 17% of those tickets were sold in Allegheny County. The rest were from outside of the region.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know what's interesting is we'll go fast forward to the Pittsburgh Irish Parade, and we do something every year from down there.
He was there.
And,
Bundled up.
bundled, yeah.
And it's really interesting. A couple of years ago, we met these two ladies and said, hey, can we interview you? Sure. They were from Virginia. And we're like, why are you here? It's cold. It's nuts. They're like, we heard about this day, and we decided to come up and check it out. So the word's getting out. And that's actually my question for you is Pittsburgh a hard sell I mean, from the pictures, like we just talked to, our photographer earlier, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's easy to sell it from pictures, but it is a hard sell. Your staff is out there doing their thing. What's the toughest part, or what's the easiest part, I guess, of it all? It seems like we're convenient to even drive to at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's really from a travel perspective. That's where most of our travel consumers come from, is within our drive radius. It's about a 4-hour radius of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We have obviously a lot of people that come in from around the country. Certainly a lot more people coming in from overseas with our British Airways flight, which is doing phenomenally well.
Yes.
So it's really exciting to see that, but it really is about telling the story of Pittsburgh and everything that's going on here. And the nice thing about the way that we market the city and most destinations now is that you can reach audiences who have specific interests from a digital marketing standpoint. You can really hone in on what those consumers are interested in and send them the information that really will change their view on what Pittsburgh has to offer. Family travel continues to be one of our leading attractions to Pittsburgh. And we see that every year we've done this for probably the last decade. We run a program called Kidsburg. And that's where we go out and we work with museums and different attractions, the Gateway Clipper Fleet, Kennywood, and others. And we package an experience. So for families that come in, they can get discounts at museums, they can get attractive hotel rates, and just kind of the whole thing, packaging it together. This year, for that program, we saw a 2,000% increase in the number of consumed passes. So when people come on, there's no charge for it. They register for a pass. We saw a 2,000% increase in the number of passes that were collected. So families are definitely still the biggest draw.
That's wonderful.
From a media standpoint, Kidsburg alone achieved about 3.2 million media impressions. So 3.2 million times we were able to deliver the Kidsburg message, the campaign, to a consumer. So it's a phenomenal program.
Yeah, for sure. We joke half-heartedly about when you live in Pittsburgh, it's easy to say, I'll get there. But now, having had even James Santelli on from RAD talking about the fact that 3 of our museums were in the top 10, and RAD gave away for the month of August that kids could get in for free. What a gift, because there are parents who have a hard time. It's hard to keep up with what can I be doing for my kids to see our city and really enjoy it. And this is the time to do it, not say, oh, it'll be there, right? Like those are the things that we should embrace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that the program that RAD and the 3 museums did together, it was remarkable, absolutely remarkable. I live downtown, I work downtown, I love downtown, everything about it. And I walk obviously to the Strip District quite frequently, and there was the first weekend of August, I was walking by the History Center, which was one of the 3 museums, in addition to the War Hall and the Children's Museum, of course. But as I was walking by, there was a line around the corner of the museum. I'm like, what is going on? And it hit me. I was like, oh, it's August.
Yeah.
It's free. Everybody's coming in.
For sure.
So and all 3 museums have reported phenomenal traffic in each one of them. It's been fantastic.
Who would think that Pittsburgh, who was once known as this smoggy town with nothing to do, is now bustling with things like that? It's just, it feels so good to be a part of the community thanks to people like you. Yeah.
Hang on one second. Let's just hold on.
Oh,
Can we
boy.
just, while we're on
Did
the
he
podcast,
just stop me?
we're on the video version of the podcast. Can we just show Tracy our Price is Right person? Yeah. What is this? Meatballs, I guess? Can we see it on there?
These
All right,
were
cool.
shareables, but
so if you're listening
no
to the
longer.
podcast, go back and look at Saturday's Facebook Live
I
because
love it.
it'll make you hungry for meatballs. Sorry, Jared, but
Meatballs,
food takes-
ricotta,
Jared, we can
bread.
easily
That's
transition
grilled
right into
bread.
the food of Pittsburgh, right?
right. I guess, as part of Visit Pittsburgh, you get to experience so much in so many other cities. And I'm sure you would rank us number 1 in so many things. But, I mean, we really are competitive. Again, I think of your sales staff going out and pitching us like, we're really kind of making it easy now. Like, maybe it wasn't so easy in the past, but it's got to be really easy now. I know pricing and other things, people like Milwaukee, Columbus, they think they have something better than we do. We don't. They don't. I mean, they don't. But those are the kind of cities we're competing with, right? Milwaukee,
Absolutely.
Columbus, Orlando, maybe not, right?
Not so much. It's
they
more
have such a big facility there.
Yeah, it's different. For Pittsburgh, from a competitiveness standpoint, where we're competing for sport events, we're competing for conventions, because all of those you have to bid on, right? So every time there's a big convention in Pittsburgh, whenever there's a large sporting event that's outside of our pro sporting events, obviously, all of those are a bid process. We have to go out and we bid. We talk about Pittsburgh and why their events are going to be successful here, and we kind of lay out the whole case. But our competitors in that space are similar sized cities in the Northeast and reaching all the way over to Kansas City. So Kansas City, St. Louis, Louisville, Baltimore, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati. So some of the cities that you
Okay,
named,
yeah.
But those are really who we compete against for those types of
Do you
things.
need us to go beat those people up?
We will do it.
Just continue to tell the story of Pittsburgh the way you do, in the most charming way that you do, and only you can do it.
Let's call this
So
episode
keep doing that.
the episode that Jared from Visit Pittsburgh calmed the Jags from beating
Right,
up other cities.
right. From traveling to Kansas City.
We don't condone violence in any way, but we are proud of what we
Look, we will arm
represent.
wrestle
For
anybody
sure.
from Kansas City,
There you go.
Columbus,
There you
Milwaukee.
go.
We will
There you
arm
go.
wrestle
Arm
all of
wrestle.
you.
There
We
you
will
go.
beat you in
No,
all.
Jared,
go.
you continue to be, and as you've humbly said, it's not just you; it's the people who you work with, it's the team that you have, it's the ideas that are being generated, and it is so. It's from a 4-decade Pittsburgher. It is so great to see that everywhere you go, there's something community-based. I mean,
Yeah.
Grania talked about the farmers market right here on Liberty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a destination now. Who would have ever thought such a thing? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's even the simple things, all the way to the grandiose events that you plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she also mentioned the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The villages, I think, is how she
Yeah.
referred to them. But Bloomfield alone, we've got the farmers market. There's
Right.
a lot of really great programming that goes on here. Trace Brewery, which is right there at
Yeah.
the end, does a lot of amazing things. What was it? The Italian Fest was last
Sure.
weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly what they call it, but that
Yeah.
was just last weekend. So there's always something going on here. But in Lawrenceville,
Yep.
East Liberty, like all over, there's always stuff going on, and there's some really exciting things on the horizon for Pittsburgh from a major event standpoint that'll be coming here. So more of that will start to come to the news over the next few years. But really, over the next 10 years, I think you're going to see a cornerstone event of a major on a major level every single year. It's really exciting.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Where can
pretty
everybody
awesome.
find out more information about Visit Pittsburgh or just the event calendar alone, right?
VisitPittsburgh.com.
Easy, right?
Can I ask
Yep.
you one more question real quick? I'm sorry. Speaking of James Santilli, like
Yep.
we get nervous, we get mad when there's lots of traffic. We don't understand the
We
impact
don't.
of the senior living, the senior games coming to town. All of that gets filtered into the taxes, which turns around and is isn't it part of what James and the RAD
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
out, right? So
It is,
am-
yeah.
or I have that incorrect. I don't want to put you on the
it's
spot.
true. It's true. The RAD does an amazing job. I mean, obviously, RAD, it's because of RAD that we have our amazing museums and a lot
Yeah.
of other fixtures within our community. But when you think about tourism, and we reflect back on 2019, because that was kind of the pinnacle year
Sure.
for everything, and we're almost back to these numbers. But in 2019, tourism was a $6.9 billion industry in Allegheny County. 33.3 million people came into the county for tourism purposes. That generated about $450 million in tax dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
So $450
Yeah.
million
Nice.
in
Yeah.
tax dollars are coming from the tourism
So that's
industry.
why this is so important to everybody.
huge.
If everybody's
That was a good
complaining,
question, John.
this is
Yeah, that's
You
huge.
ruined my
Dude.
visitpittsburgh.com, but it was a good
Do
question.
it one more time. It's visitpittsburgh.com.
visitpittsburgh.com.
But now the most important part is to take the challenging question.
Jared, you know what's
of-
funny? We were gonna ask you like a Pittsburgh-based question, and we're like, it's like asking your favorite child or your favorite. Like, we're not gonna do that to you. So instead, when you are dining at any establishment, what is that go-to item that you're like, I'm gonna have the
Manhattan.
Oh,
Get out.
really?
Now I got
that
you. I got you. Oh yeah. No more espresso martini offerings.
No, I am a big fan of Manhattans. And there's a couple of establishments. The Oaklander, I'll call them out
Oh,
here
yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
They're getting ready to do a private label bourbon at that hotel, and I am super excited to get over
Okay.
there and try their Manhattans. that
Well,
they're
if you have
doing.
friends on Facebook
If you
or
have
friends on a
friends
podcast,
from a
they'd like to
YaJagoff
go with you.
podcast,
Yeah.
Jared, quick question: is the Manhattan the one that has the smoke, or is that the old fashioned?
That's the old fashioned.
Old fashions,
Oh,
dude.
okay.
Some
That's
places,
what I
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Talk to me
yeah,
about some
yeah.
old fashions.
But I know the plate just came in front of us, but meatballs. If I see meatballs on an appetizer
that
list,
right?
I
Yeah.
will
It's your
always
jam?
order them
Okay.
every single
I'm bringing
time.
my mom's the next time. I'm half Italian, believe it or not. Despite my pasty skin,
You'll
I
be.
promise I'm half Italian,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna bring them for you.
The ones that they just passed
They
through
look
in front of us,
delicious.
amazing,
Yes.
and this
Yeah.
dip looks amazing. I
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig in.
You're
Yeah.
good. You're good at
Yeah.
resisting,
Right.
Jared. It's
All right.
always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us regularly. We appreciate you.
That's my honor. Thank you
Yeah,
so
man.
much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And we're going to hear a little bit of Caitlin, and then we're going to talk to Caitlin next.
There you go.
All right, cool.
Look
Come
at
on
that,
in,
John. Do you need to eat something? Is that what's happening right now?
Caitlin here, you want to put her over there?
We could talk to her for a hot minute. We'll talk. Yeah.
Matter of fact, Caitlin, we're going to steal your microphone real quick. Because, Monica, if you could run a reel, we need a Beano's ad, if you don't mind.
Whenever you're ready.
You just want to make it real short? Huh?
Sure.
No? No, you're...
I don't care. No, you.
You go. our local vocal now has a sponsor. This is super cool because Beano's is a great local tradition, and now they're sponsoring the local vocal.
Look at my glasses are even foggy. I'm so excited. Conroy Foods. Start over, H. It's the espresso martini. Conroy Foods grew out of a restaurant called Beano's Pizza and Suds, located in where? Blawnox. Who knew? They started bottling their signature submarine dressing and formed Conroy Foods. So fast forward, but their first customer, Giant Eagle. Who knew, John? The chain. Their business now offers a full line of deli condiments, and they've expanded. And now John and Rachel are working with them because there is a barcode on bottles of the submarine dressing from Beano's, and you can get a playlist from some of your favorite musicians. So check out that barcode, go to Conroy Foods, listen in, and follow YaJagoff to find out all of the amazing musicians who we're going to get to feature for this event.
So thanks to Beano's Deli Condiments. We appreciate it. So, Caitlin, we can give you this microphone back. So
we need Caitlin to be on there. She's phenomenal.
Yeah. Caitlin, so we've been listening throughout the podcast, little clips of your song, and it's amazing. Your voice is amazing. So you're shouting out here in just this little corner. We put you by the plants to make it look somewhat official, but so welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. You guys can call me Kate, by the way. Caitlin's just kind of like for professional.
All right.
We're that good of friends.
Don't do that, because at some point I'm going to call you Darla or Lydia.
John,
I'll get it
you
completely
help someone
wrong.
carry in their keyboard, your besties.
That's right.
See,
that is
you're
right.
in.
So you came to us through a friend of ours, Matt Cause of the Cause Band.
Yes, I
so you're
did.
part of that band, but you also sing independently. So
I do.
Tell us a little bit about the whole Matt Cause Band and how you got involved with them.
So my friend Dylan Riley, I went to Duquesne with him. I just graduated in May.
Okay.
And we just had like a good time. He said, do you want to play keyboard? Like, we need a keyboardist for here. So then I auditioned a little bit, and they liked me. So then we just kind of...
Did you play 3 bars? Because I think that's all it would take in order for anybody to be interested in you, Kate. I mean,
like, I just played along to some of the songs and like did some of the things I could.
Yeah.
I didn't really know any of the stuff that they were playing at the time, so I was just like, okay, we
Is
can
that
try
a
this
G
out.
chord? Is that a C chord or whatever, right?
Oh.
A C chord is C
John knows
minor
2
7.
letters, so just
C
go with
minor
it.
7. No,
got
to be
some
honest with
fancy
you. So,
Good chord.
in the meantime, like, I really feel like if you went and sat behind the keyboard and you started singing, they go, we don't even know if she's faking the keyboard. We're having it because her voice is so good.
Phenomenal.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
But
and I could tell, not that I'm anything important, but when we talked to you last night on the radio, we were like, her voice is good. And then you sang and played, and we were like, wow, that's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I mean, seriously, we wish you so much luck, but I don't even think you need it because you really add something, I'm sure, to any band you're playing with.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started adding more like songs that I'll be able like to sing like in like the band and everything, and then we play Toxins, and yeah, so I mean, like, we're slowly, like, he wanted me to come up with a couple more songs.
Oh, so that's cool. So the band lets you kind of single yourself out.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're really sweet like that.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Was keyboard always your go-to instrument?
Yeah, so that's actually my main thing that I do. I just got accepted. Well, not just got accepted. I'm going to go to Carnegie Mellon for grad school for collaborative piano.
Little microphone drop and the podcast.
Tomorrow I'm going to Carnegie, but
and I'm going to buy a
that's
melon.
all I got.
Hey, there
That's
you
all
go.
I got.
Bring them together.
That's close. Wow, congratulations.
Congrats. That's
Thanks.
really awesome.
That's
Now, is that
fantastic.
an audition as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classical
so-
piano is my main thing, and I just kind of
Okay.
only started writing songs within the past couple years. I was
Wow.
like, we'll see how this goes.
That's
and
fantastic.
Then, yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
We
wow,
love
wow,
it.
wow.
Well, we love your music. We love Matt
Thank
Cause,
you.
obviously, and
He's great.
again, continued success. What are you going to play for us next?
I have a song, so I just released it. It's called Paper. It's kind of like a little coffee shop kind of vibe song.
Okay, or here.
Still jazz. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
Cheese
like-
on Liberty kind of
Cheese on
vibe.
Liberty
Yeah.
kind of
I mean,
vibe.
you did get a job booked like immediately,
Right.
so you're here. This is where you're going to be performing next.
I hope so. That'd be
We'll
great.
be here. I promise. We will come. So we need to find out when you're here next. Where can everybody find out more about you, follow you, all that good stuff?
You can go to my social medias, Kate Denman, on Instagram, Facebook, kind of wherever, even
all
TikTok
the places.
too.
Your mom
but-
loves YouTube.
Oh, my mom does love
Yes.
YouTube. Shout out to my mom. Hey, mom. I'm here.
What's really frightening right now is I like YouTube, and she's like calling that out as old people's channel.
No, she did it.
Know, right? Yeah,
Good.
that's all right. But
Listen,
anyway,
if I was Kate's mom, I would be in a good way. Like she's going to Carnegie
right.
Valley. All
Yeah,
is
Kate's
good.
mom's like, I don't need a 401k. I have 401 Kate.
Yeah.
Right.
She's probably so embarrassed I mentioned her.
No, not at all. It's
You
cool.
should be proud.
All right. So, do you know our question of the day? Have you been listening over in the quiet
Soundproof booth?
appetizer area?
No.
Maybe repeat the question. Just
The good news is you don't know it. That's what we like.
Hit her with it.
Yeah. All right. So the question of the day is: on a food menu, what is one item that you cannot ever pass up? You see it, you go, "I'm getting that."
I use fried pickles.
That's a good one. That's
Fried
a real
pickles,
good
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Because
good.
you think you can't mess it up, but you can. I've had it where the
Uh-huh.
breading's. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
heavy.
Do you guys like the spears or the chips better?
Oh, that's a really good question.
What? Hey, this is your show.
Sorry.
No, I'm a spear guy for sure.
Me too.
I'm a spear guy.
No.
You like the
flat.
chips?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
chips. Yeah. The
But
spears get to be too much.
I absolutely love the pickles at Permani's.
I
They're
knew
not
you were
fried
gonna.
at
I
all.
could have
They're
put
good.
this in an envelope and said that's what John would say. Kate, it's such a pleasure to meet you. We can't wait to hear you. If you want to start to walk over,
Yeah,
we'll give
we'll
our
read
thank
our
yous.
ads. All
Thanks
right,
so
cool.
much.
You too.
All right, so
Thanks
that's
to all
our
the guests,
podcast.
right?
Yeah, thanks to G's on Liberty for hosting us today.
And
We really
Grania, not
appreciate it.
Granier like Kanye.
Yeah, right. And we're getting used to doing the Irish thing because the Pittsburgh Irish Festival is coming up soon.
Yeah.
So we have to say thank you, of course, to Tracy for putting this all together. Thanks to Jared for Visit Pittsburgh. He's always gracious to come in. And thanks to Kyle talking about photographs. How about that?
And thanks to Matt Cause for bringing us Kate.
Right,
There you go.
exactly. Saying thanks to Monica, who's always behind the camera and adjusting the volume levels to make sure you can not hear me when I mess up people's names. Right, Darlene?
And thanks to Pino's and Conroy Foods, which is also Isley's, remember.
Yeah.
We're so excited that we have them on board as well, who are presenting our amazing musicians on each podcast. And as always, thanks to Rorick Honda. Get the best experience of customer service and maintenance of your Rorick Advantage at the Service Center on West Liberty Avenue.
Visit RorickHonda.com for all of your vehicle needs and check out our blog post because sometimes they talk about bad drivers and they might be in Hondas. Probably not, though. All right, Kate, here we go.
All right, this is paper. Write a story with me, with a pen and paper, and make the world go away. Fly away with me. I'm a piece of paper written all over with stories of wonder, just hoping that one day that they'll be true. Draw a picture with me, with a paintbrush and a canvas. Let your hands be free. Paint the story that's meant to be. I'm a piece of paper written all over with stories of wonder, just hoping that one day that they'll be true. I'm a piece of paper written all over with stories of wonder, just hoping that one day that they'll be true.